First Heard.
What's up, y'all? Mr. Bob George on Instagram. One half of the Two Dope Brothers and a Stack of Wax, 33.3. Along with my man, Color Chrome 3x5. Welcome to When I First Heard. A little thing that we're doing where regular people talk about albums that shape their lives or help them get through a period in their life or whatever. Me, I'm going to talk about a record I was introduced to back in '87 when it first came out. My cousin wanted me to make a Soul Jam tape for him. Gave me the album, was like, I just want the slow cuts off of here, you can keep it. And made the tape for him, gave it back to him. Listened to the record. I was already a big fan of the artist, but it's kind of like, okay, this record's okay. It's not doing a whole lot for me just now, but as the weeks went on and the months went on, I started to understand what was really happening in this record. This record was an accumulation of things that had been happening since 1976 all the way up until '87. This artist is very prolific. He put out an album almost once a year up until that point. And he had gone through a big transition. He had a very, very famous band, got rid of that band, and now here's his first record without them. Little did I know, or later on I learned, a lot of this record was done with some very important people from that old band, but it's credited as, his first solo record since that band. And the record, Sign of the Times, widely considered his best album. I don't necessarily agree with that, but again, it depends on the day. But this record has everything, and this record challenged me as a listener. It changed the way I listen to music, in that if somebody's supposed to be really that dope in what they do, show me. And this record shows you everything that he can do, and he does everything on this record well. There's little dance songs on here, there's religious songs, there's songs about relationships, there's songs about the state of the world. There's songs that don't even seem like they fit. Like when you take the pieces of a song, say like Dorothy Parker, everything seems like it's out of tune or like it's warped, but it's not. Even the things that seem out of place work together. And from this point on, whenever I would say get invested in an artist, I would say, okay, well, how many things can you do? You can make R&B, okay, cool, but how many different versions of R&B can you make? How many different love songs, type of love songs can you make? You say you love God in interviews, sing about it, show me, and this record, it's weird because you see all this like the album cover is a blurry picture of him, meaning don't focus on him, focus on everything else. Everything else is a mess. There's a broken down car, a drum set on top of the car, and just all types of seedy looking stuff, like bar and grill and arcade and all this stuff that's on here. But the funny thing about this picture is that this album sounds exactly like this picture. That's the funny part. Once you go through the record and you go through it again and you start to really understand what is happening on this album, it sounds like this picture looks. So yeah, this record has something for everybody on it. It helped me get through a lot of really, really tough times in life, and it helped me celebrate some really good times in my life. So yeah, I have to say, when I first heard Sign of the Times, it changed me as far as what I listen to, what I expect out of an artist. It helped me appreciate true genius in music, and it made me a bigger music fan, made me fall in love, not just love music, but fall in love with music. And it solidified, my place as a huge Prince fan, and just a fan of good, honest but different, but honest music. Again, Mr. Bob George, on behalf of my partner, Kodachrome 3x5, Two Dope Brothers, hashtag Two Dope Brothers and a Stack of Wax, and 33.3 on Instagram. I'm signing off. Peace.